Well, hello everyone. Nikki two times coming at you again with another Sunday Funday. At the top of the show, my man Logan, G.I. Joe Gamer, also known from the hilt, stopped by, wishing all the best wishes. My alternate ego is here, Nikki two times gaming. We're going to have some fun, as we always do on a Sunday night. What's going on, Sith? My main man, my bro, my sports bro, comics bro, collectibles bro. Sith from Spine Ticks is in the house. We got Tex in the house. What's going on? Go Stars, yes. Big game today. Esteban Munoz coming in. What's going on, Esteban? Jared Bolton, football. Jared, I started putting together some stuff for you last night. Have to discuss with you through Discord more about the different players that you collect. But I got your original list, started putting together some stuff. So I found some much better rock and roll. Stopping the EDM. We're doing a little rock and roll tonight to play in the background. I'm excited. I hope you guys are too. We got my main man, BC. I got my TTMs. I got 3 of them. I'm going to show them off tonight. Sneak peek, because I will put out a video during the week as well. But I wanted to show you guys here on my Sunday live stream a heads up on some nice TTMs. And as always, guys, you know how I like to start the show. I am no way incentivized, paid, what have you by these guys, but I like to stay hydrated because I talk a lot. I got the Prime, cracking it open. We got Daniel in the house. What's going on, Daniel? Yeah, I hear you on that one, Jared. I'd play some other stuff if it wasn't for copyright, so it's kind of hard. You can find a lot of EDM, but not a whole lot of the other genres so much. So it's always that lo-fi music that's kind of mellow at times, kind of kills the vibe on Essentials. Yeah, this one here is my favorite, the Cherry Freeze. Some of the other ones can be kind of and others, even for me who has a sweet tooth, some of them are really too sweet. Hold on, Daniel. I might have to read that off the iPad. Daniel's just relaxing tonight. That's all right. And Mr. Clutch, thanks for being in here. We talk sports. Gonna rip some old school packs tonight. I have a few O-Pee-Chee 91-92 hockey left. I'm gonna rip the rest of that. See if I find anything in there that's worth TTM possibilities. Anyway, we got Flipped It in the house. Flipped It, thanks for being here. Much appreciate you being with us on Spine Ticks Live last night. DD, well, of course, you know I'm a big fatty. Definitely like the sweets. Glad you noticed. I appreciate that. Flipped It, give a big hi to Mrs. Flipped It from me. Retroholic Gamer in the house. What's going on? How we doing? We're going to be talking sports as always, but you know what? We're also going to talk some WWE tonight as well. We're going to talk a little bit about last night's Elimination Chamber, especially what transpired at the end of the night. So if any of you are big wrestling fans, stick around because we're going to definitely discuss that later tonight. Also, what I like to do at the top of the show, if you are new to here, I like to get the shout outs out of the way. First and foremost, I do want to congratulate my man, fellow panelist on Spine Ticks Live, Perch's Corner, Perchy, 5,000 subs. He hit 5,000 subs, so congratulations to my man Perch. Hopefully he'll be here later tonight. I can congratulate him thoroughly. But just two other shout outs tonight. A channel that most of you football guys know, but Panther Breaks 81. He's sitting at 491 subs. Let's get him to 500. And a new channel I started following, Jake over at Going Jake Cards. He's sitting at 142 subs. So, you know, I put these people into the description after the video, after the live stream goes public. So I'll have them all linked into there. So afterwards, if you want to go and sub anybody new to check, if you're not subbed, Panther Breaks does strictly football. Although I was kidding with him today because he doesn't have any product. So I told him to go open up some baseball or basketball. But he's strictly a football channel. If you want to check him out, go check him out. And Going Jake looks like he does a dabble in a little bit of everything, but more baseball than anything. We got NWE in the house. My buddy, as in my son, one of my closest friends, of course, Nick Jr., NWE. Thanks for being in here. Make sure I didn't miss any of yous. We're definitely going to get into a lot of talk. You know how I like to do too. You guys talk in the chat. You kind of bring the chat to life, and we kind of do that. I just hit certain points that I like to hit. Jared, I play a little Madden. I haven't played in a little while. What I actually like better than Madden is 2025 college football. That's a really good game. I like the fact that some of the handling of the game is actually better than Madden, and you also have like 100, almost 150 teams to choose from. So that can be a lot more exciting, in my opinion. We got it. Red 03. What's going on, yo peeps? That's right. What's going on, Red? So right off the bat, what I will do is I'll talk the sports that I have available a little later. I'm just going to show you the TTMs. We'll crack open a couple packs of the hockey cards before we move on. But as always, like I said, I let you guys dictate how the whole night ends up going. But my very first TTM, and Bart knows that I sent this out. I'm actually gonna, you know what? I'm gonna flip this around because I know my camera's backwards. So let's look at this correctly. First card up. Ryan Sandberg, and a nice blue Sharpie. Hockey is definitely something I've been getting real big into again. Sith knows, Perch knows. Oh, Vince, did you see that? Did you see that great Ryan Sandberg? We got hockey as well on the gold Sharpie. Former Vancouver Canuck Doug Lidster hooking me up. This card is out of the 91-92 O-Pee-Chee hockey that I'm about to open up some more of tonight. Seth, for hockey being life, I actually was watching, me, Flyers, all Flyers, at least when it comes to hockey. I was watching the Dallas Stars game today. I watched Toronto win in overtime today. So I got a lot of hockey in today for sure. But this is a card that's not hockey, it's basketball. But Seth, I know you can appreciate it. This is in blue marker, and actually it is a whatever you call a tunic, a personalized. This is a personalized. How about that card? My corner's kind of real messed up. I think that happened coming through the mail, but that's okay. It's nothing I'm trying to sell or anything, but a nice Kurt Rambis. Not to mention, not just your Lakers, but the awesome 86 Fleer. You can't beat that. Solid. So I'm going to do a video. I think I'm going to, what I plan on doing is doing a video for these 3 cards. I have 3 more I'm waiting on. So that's probably going to be how it goes. Long form videos will be like 3 at a time. I'll wait till I get 3 before I make a video of it. But these all came around this week, so I was happy to show them to you guys tonight. What's going on, Perch? Perch, I said it at the top of the show. I'll say it again. Congratulations on hitting 5,000. Great accomplishment. On to 7,500. On to 10,000. I know you don't fully care about that, but we're happy to see you succeeding, especially over other people that will not be mentioned. But I'm glad you're doing a hell of a job, my friend. We got Bobby Catalano. What's going on, Bobby? Glad to have you here. It's always nice seeing you, Bobby. I know you're not a huge sports person, but I know you like hanging out. You like having fun with us, so please continue to do so. We got Budget Rips. What's going on, Budget Rips? Good to have you here. And I know, like Perch, I know this is Daniel's favorite spot when I do this. I'm going to open up some of this O-Peachy hockey for you guys. So let's get running on that. As always, we'll have the piece of gum sticking to the Soviet Union card. So unfortunately, I have to always throw out my Moscow cards because that's not coming off. Okay, I like that one. I don't know if he's a good TTMer, but we got Dino Ciccarelli. Anatoly Semenov. Paul Coffey. One of my favorite goalies of all time, Eddie the Eagle, Ed Belfour. He's not a very good TTMer. I checked already. Mike Keane. Brian Hayward. Dmitry Kristich. Sean Van Allen. And John Tonelli. And I don't know if I kind of acknowledged you, but I didn't say hello, Vince. Thanks for being here. Much appreciated. We're going strong tonight. I appreciate all you guys hanging out. We got 16 people in here right now, and they're all people that we know. No trolls to speak of as of yet, or new friends other than Mr. Clutch stopping through here, which I appreciate. So, guys, I appreciate the support that you're giving me this evening. TTM stands for through the mail. So you're mailing out a card or two with maybe a note requesting an autograph, Jared. and then you they're through the mail sending it back to you signed. We could discuss that more in detail on Discord or through Bart. Bart's really BC Sports Cards. Hit him up as well. Sub one another. That's how I got started, and it's pretty exciting. So into this pack, Jim Ravnak, I guess. That's it. That's one I don't know. Gary Suter, I like that. Ken Wright for my Flyers. Chris Joseph. Wayne Gretzky. I'll tell you, I've been getting a lot of doubles. I think this might be the third one of this card I have. Rick Tabaraji. Trent Yawney. Kevin Dineen. And Teppo Numminen. I'm going to open up one more pack, guys, and I'll take a break. I'll have 2 packs to open up later. Get rid of Ilya. Got a big old mess back there. Believe me, I know that gum is disgusting. Dave Snuggerud. Patrick Flatley. Roger Johansson. Marty McSorley. I like that. What do you think, Sith? Maybe he's a good TMer. I'll send that card out. Gerald Diddick. Doug Huda. And Mike Peluso. Alright, guys. Not bad on some of the old school stuff. I'll go through those over the next couple days. See if any of them are solid TTMs. Oh, we got Jalen Season in the house. What's going on, Jalen? Long time, my friend. Good to see you. Let me make sure I know you guys do a great job talking to one another. I want to make sure nothing was directed towards me that I missed. Seth, that's probably actually the biggest. It's not when you do it solo, not just like you said, can't take a breath when you're doing it by yourself, and you can't fully keep up with the chat either when you're doing it by yourself. What the got a man? What a bad husband! That gum is disgusting. Ah, jeez, man. I tried to chew it. I didn't even have it in my mouth like 15 seconds. Oh my god, Huey. Hey, good sir to you as well. Thanks for stopping by. We talk sports. We rip some cards. We have fun. This is just a chill Sunday Funday hangout. Sith, although you do pretty good, you try to catch up to it. Like at least when one of the other panelists are talking, you can kind of catch up with the chat a little bit and scroll through. I just kind of have to take a beat, take a little pause, and at least I have another device here that it's easier to check out. I can't. It's going too fast on the screen here. Plus, it's kind of illuminated or whatnot. I still see myself in the background. It's hard to see on the screen. That's why I at least get my iPad out here with me too. Of course, using one of my other channels to do so. Oh, please do that. But if I laugh too hard, don't tell the wife. I don't want her mad at me. Between you and her becoming my good friends, I don't need Mrs. Flipped It all pissed off at me because I laughed at her too hard. Huey, I can tell you about our Leafs. We're going to get into more discussion later on in the show, but I find myself, for some reason, wanting to really root for the Leafs this year. After the last couple games, couple weeks, just kind of feeling it. I didn't realize that their last championship was the very last year of the original 6. So it's been a long time. I knew it. I knew that it was a long time. I didn't realize it was that long. So they are definitely due. If it's not gonna be my Flyers, who at least won it more recently, 75, 76 season, why not Toronto? It's not like I'm a Canadiens fan and despise Toronto. I don't have any beef or ill will. Oh, speaking of beef or ill will, they beat the Penguins, so I'm happy about that. Seth, I'm with you. We'll all team up with Perch and root on the Maple Leafs, since our teams are not going to be there. Then again, I don't know. You might be going all in with Edmonton with the Ducks not being there. I'm not quite sure where the Kings are at this point. We got Jim in NFL. What's going on, Jim? Justin W. Smith is in the house. What is going on, Justin? I started watching your video, first part of Shaq earlier today, and then got distracted. My father called in, and I never got back to the video. So I promise I will give you a full watch of your, I believe, 20 so minutes on part 1 of your Shaq collection. So I promise I'll get to that tonight, tomorrow at the latest. I got distracted. I started watching it and got called away. Dakota Miller, Philly Card Show Friday. Dakota, which one is that? That's not the one in Oaks, is it? I thought that already passed. Are we talking about the show in Warminster? Because that, I believe that show is coming up. Vince, I don't think so. I don't think the Hawks are mathematically eliminated, but my other son Ethan's NBA talk would know more than myself. I know that they did not have a very good couple days. All right, I'll think about going to that, Dakota, but I probably won't. Yeah, no, it'll probably be a little bit out of my price range, Dakota, paying for signatures and such. Oh, see, I missed that whole conversation up there, Perch and Vince. I hear Hawks, I'm thinking you're talking about the Atlanta Hawks, not thinking about Vince, you being in Chicago, and the Blackhawks. Yes, they're, I wouldn't say mathematically eliminated, but they would have to win like every game, and all the people ahead of them would have to like lose every game. So mathematically, no. Logically, absolutely are out. Well, we know, Jim. I know anyway that you're football and baseball. I don't know. Yeah, I was gonna say I had to scroll back. I know you like Cal Ripken and Tony Gwynn and a few others. I'm looking back at it. Nolan Ryan and Kirby Puckett. I know those are your players that you definitely talk about on the regular. Canadians fan. Ooh. What's going on there, Daniel? Daniel, I gotta go through all these O-Pee-Chee cards that I opened up recently. This year's O-Pee-Chee, not the 91-92. These recent O-Pee-Chees, all my artifacts cards that I opened up, so I can continue to put stuff aside for you as well. Definitely have some packages. Red 03, I'm about ready for a package to send out to you. Justin, I'm working on yours. I have almost enough to at least send out first package. Not gonna be one of those big, huge boxes that you sent me, and I know you understand, but I'm just explaining it. But getting close to having enough Ohio State players and Pittsburgh players to send you out. So that's all this week. I'm finally cleaned up a lot, ready to go, ready to start sending out some packages to people. As I had said, Jared, I have some stuff working for you as well. But we need to discuss your player list a little bit further, and I'll keep on working on yours. We got Kenneth stopping in here. Kenneth Bird, what's going on, my friend? Good to see you. I find myself listening to his music in the background and banging my... Not bad, not bad. It's kind of music you listen to when you're watching one of those like fighting montages in a karate movie. Or like a new hockey movie and they're skating real hard and checking and getting into a montage. All right, enough of that. Sorry, a little distracted. No, thank you, Justin. I love having you as a friend, as a supporter of the channel, hanging out with us when you can over on Spine Ticks Live as well. Can't thank you enough for the awesome package of cards, Eagles galore that you sent me. I gotta do my best to give back as well. I can't receive everything. I still gotta give out the love as well. That's just how I like to roll. Are you not into rugby or soccer football? Retroholic, I am into soccer, and in just a moment we will get started with the smaller sports, the non-four major sports in just a minute. But we've been having a good conversation here, so I kind of go with the flow and how it's dictated through chat before I get to the things that I definitely want to talk about. Jared, I know, but that's what I do. If it's a card that I'm not going to try to flip and sell, I might as well give it out to someone who deserves it. I have your list, so I definitely know. I can do some of that right now. Why not? I gotta try to fill up 2 hours. So I'll give you a little sneak peek of what's heading to Jared eventually. Jared, you were telling me that you like Josh Downs. So I got a couple Josh Downs for you. A Breece Hall. Marvin Mims. Trayvon Walker. Another Breece Hall. Another Breece Hall. Jameer Gibbs. And this cool Nico Collins that I got from the NFL Uno set. Yeah, Barry, that's some nasty ass gum that I won't be eating. So don't ask. But this is just some stuff that I got started for you there, Jared. BC, this is your pile that I started up with as well. Jalen Waddle. Nice Tua. I can't even read that. Dwight Stevenson. Zach Thomas. Ricky Williams. Rob Greasy. Shot Robinson. As well as this old school. I won't surprise you this time. Cool Dan Marino. Skybox. Got a little Brett Favre on the back. So, BC, if you're still in right now, this is my start for you. Red, since I'm almost done with yours, I'm going to not show it off. Greasy TTMs. Barry, since you weren't here early, real fast. Ryan Sandberg. Doug Litster. And Kurt Rambis. Those are my fresh first TTMs ever. Alright, so just to get started, guys, I don't want to ever try to bore anybody, but I like talking sports. I like this one, the Ryan Sandberg one's really nice. NASCAR, just going to say congratulations to Christopher Bell of the number 20 Joe Gibbs DeWalt Tools Toyota for today's win in Austin, Texas. Road course, that's back-to-back wins for Christopher Bell. Runner-up, William Byron, who was the winner of the Daytona 500. So already 3 races in, and it's shaping up to be an interesting season, to say the least. We got some front runners already. Speaking of front runners, the talk of soccer, for those who want to hear soccer, I know the gamer guy was asking me about soccer. I tend to not talk so much about soccer, especially over the pond, even though I like it. But I will talk local to a point. Philadelphia won yesterday. They won 4-1. They're one of only 4 teams to be 2-0. So it's not saying a lot being 2-0, but when only 4 teams in the whole league are still undefeated, I like to mention that. They're 2-0 along with the Columbus Crew. And then over on the Western Conference, San Jose and LAFC. Not to be confused with LA Galaxy, but LAFC. So all 4 of those teams are 2-0. So congratulations to them. And leading the way already, Ty Baribo from the Philadelphia Union. He's got 5 goals in 2 games. So that's pretty exciting. Flipped it. We know you, man. We know Coach Gibbs. And I definitely like Joe Gibbs racing. I like the Gibbs and the Hendrick cars. And it's nice that they're 2 different manufacturers who I like. What's going on, Titus? Thanks for stopping by. I haven't seen you on the live stream. I know you give me mad support. I appreciate it. You stop in, you catch a little bit after, but I'm glad to see you in here during the live stream tonight. Don't know if you're at the hospital. If you are, then Ohio to all the kids there that you're taking care of, if that's where you happen to be tonight. Jalen, thank you. We got 23 in the chat. We're hitting it strong tonight. We got 30 likes already. We are popping off. If you guys have anything you want me to discuss, I will certainly discuss it. Probably, most definitely. No matter how bad it is, it'll get mentioned at least. Jamming out to the music tonight. Feeling good. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you to the kids out there. I'm glad, if anything I could do, I will try to be funny. Sometimes I force it too much and it comes out cringy and not so funny. But I love hearing that the kids are their spirits get raised when they're watching the different channels that you tend to watch, Titus. So that's cool. We got Scary Terry in the house. Scary Terry, glad to have you here, buddy. Good to see you. Oh, we could definitely discuss why the Sixers are so bad. That's coming up real soon. Real soon. Right before that, just one small tidbit of Major League Baseball. You know, obviously for us card rippers, Series 1 is in full swing. Many people opening it up. Allen and Ginter, Spinach Hunt, Goose Hunt, CN Tower Hunt, Chili Dog Hunt. That took off yesterday. That was pretty good. Lots of people participating. But in the regular world of Major League Baseball, if you have not heard this, Trump to pardon Pete Rose in the very near future. While that is being all going on, the league itself is considering reinstating Charlie Hustle. So we're talking posthumously. Yes, I said that right. Pete Rose, I believe, will be inducted into the Hall of Fame. And I am super, super happy about that. I know there was some indiscretions, but he paid for a very, very long time. I want to see Pete in the Hall of Fame. So good on President Trump. Good on Major League Baseball. Can't wait for that to happen. That's the only baseball news that I have at this time. And just going to catch up with chat, and we'll get right into some basketball as well. We got Phil. What's going on, Phil? Good to see you. Haven't seen you in a bit. Always good to have you here, my friend. Swag is in the house. What's going on, Swag? One of our other fellow panel members over on Spine Ticks Live. If you're not familiar with Spine Ticks Live, that's every Saturday night, 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific, hosted by my friend Sith Lordley and his wife, Lady Sith Lordley, over there on Spine Ticks Live with panelist Uncanny Swag, myself, Nikki 2 times, Perch's Corner, and Logan from the Hill. And on occasion, his wife, Tiger. So check that out if you have not been there on a Saturday. Absolutely scary. Was a long time coming, and should have already been in the hall. That's for sure. Swag, it is crazy. There has not really been any trolls here tonight. I think maybe one troll, one newbie that stuck around for a little while, which was cool. but no trolls, so you don't have anybody to mess around with just yet. But the night is still young, and we're still getting more beautiful as the days go by. We've got 19 hanging out with us right now. We're loaded with friends this evening, so that's always good to see. There has been no mention of Kevin James or Doug Heffernan whatsoever until I just said something. So that part is pretty shocking. Getting into the NBA talk from at the request of my man Scary Terry. Yes, the Sixers absolutely stink. However, and at the worst time, Sixers snapped a 10-game losing streak to beat the Golden State Warriors last night. To my detriment, I guess I should know better. I bet against my team on a bet that I lost because they happened to score way too many points and beat the Warriors last night. So I'm pretty pissed off about that. But goes to show you I shouldn't be betting on my team. We got the Dominator in the house. Let me read this long message from Dom. Dom only had himself to blame. Yes, Dom, but I get it. You banned him, but he should have been reinstated a long time ago. Should have been reinstated at least 5-10 years ago and been in the hall. A lifetime ban, I think, was unexcusable to have that happen to him. You're only looking at, like, the best hitter of all time. Also getting into the Sixers talk, Embiid, they've officially shut him down for the season. So where I thought they were going to tank, they end up winning that game. So I don't know what the hell that means. Why they would do that. Dom, that's one thing I don't do a whole lot of. I don't watch a lot of preseason baseball. I do know that, and it is only preseason, Bryce Harper did get hit by a pitch, had a contusion on his forearm, almost hit him in the face. I know this probably has been the trend the last handful of years in preseason baseball. Lots of guys are getting hit. So I guess there's just command issues right now for the pitchers. But sorry, other than that, I won't talk. I can't talk baseball. It's not that I won't, but I don't know a whole lot of what's going on because I don't watch preseason baseball. I couldn't agree with you more, Sith. I know there's purists out there, like our man Dom in the chat, like our man Daniel De La Torre on the panel that are more in purists that don't believe so, but I believe so. I believe that certain guys like you're mentioning right now, if they didn't do the things that they were doing, then baseball would have not been at the heights of it as they are right now. Well, they had the strike where they lost a lot of fans, and who brought it back but Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa in their home run record run that one particular year. And I apologize, I don't remember what year. I know some of you guys definitely do, but they brought baseball back. Bonds going for the record, and then going for the overall record, brought baseball back. This is the kind of things you can only go so far. To me, it's hypocritical. Yeah, you made tons and tons of money off of their successes and what they did. You made billions of dollars off of their indiscretions, and then you're not going to let them in the hall. To me, that stinks. That really just it smells bad. So purists, you can have your opinions all you want, but baseball would have been ultimately all but all but dead if it wasn't for some of these guys that you don't want in the Hall. Absolutely, absolutely. I'm glad that a majority of you are do agree. Yeah, that too. They're making money off these guys, whether it's MLB, the Hall, the Players Union, you name it. They're all making money off of these guys. Even today's the newscasters, the beat writers, you name it. They're all trying to still make a name off of friggin' Clemens and Barry Bonds and even Pete Rose and some of these other people that they're trying to keep out of the Hall. It's bullshit. You know, even when you sit there and talk about like a Derek Jeter who didn't get a unanimous voting to get in the Hall, who couldn't. And I don't like the Yankees. I can't stand the Yankees, but one of the best, one of the nicest guys, at least when he played. I hear he's kind of a dick now on TV, but can't get a unanimous decision. There's something wrong. There's something really stinky in the air of Major League Baseball and its writers. We are definitely going to talk GTA or GTA. Sorry, we're definitely going to talk about the Cena heel turn, but not till later. You're going to have to come stick around, Retroholic, or come in and out to see what we're talking about. Some of the chat can dictate the way I go, but that's only if it's a brand new topic. If it's something I already plan on doing, I want to talk about it when I'm ready to talk about it, unfortunately. So I apologize for that. As far as the GTA 6 thing goes, I don't understand what that means. I know what GTA 6 is. I don't understand what him having a heel turn before GTA 6 is. I don't know what that is in reference to. So I can't even talk about that part anyway. Yes, in reference, if new people don't know what's being talked about in the chat, our man Sean the Jedi Master, huge Houston Astros fan. Yes, if it was taken away from him, he would be totally pissed. Well, at least I look at it this way. At least they got a fifth round pick out of the deal for Debo Samuel because they technically could have got nothing. So they got something out of it. But is that really going to help out the Commanders? I'm not so sure. It'll be remain to be seen. I know it looks good on paper, but is it really going to be good for the team? We got our resident, one of our two, well, back to back, flipped it and Scary Terry, our resident Commanders fans. They could tell you how they feel about it. But to me, I don't know if it really even makes sense. All right, flipped it. I appreciate you helping me out with the potluck knowledge because I was or your popular knowledge or whatever. I wasn't. I try to be hip and in the know with these millennials, but yeah, that was something I never heard of but I saw a bunch of posts about it last night. So I guess it's a total trend too, because it's not original. Because everywhere I looked, someone was saying, "Oh, Cena turned heel before GTA 6." So I would only have to venture a guess that Retroholic Gamer is one of those young millennials as well. But for all it's worth, Retroholic, stick around. I hope you are enjoying your time here with us this evening. So 49ers are going into a complete dismantle, I guess. That's my thoughts too, Sid. He'll be injured before you know it. Scary, you're funny. I flipped it for you guys. I would just not want to see him taking reps away from somebody that they can develop into being a star. You certainly don't want to see him getting looks over Terry McLaurin. That's for sure. All right. So just a couple other NBA talks before we get into hour number 2. Cavaliers 50-10. They've opened up their lead to 7.5 games. Wizards actually winning 2 games this week, so they're up to 11 wins. Still way in last place. Thunder over in the West, 48-11 to go up by 10 games. And of all teams, one of the really shit teams of the league, the Pelicans, they won their last 3 games in a row, and they're no longer the worst in the West. The Jazz are the worst in the West with 15 wins, while the Pelicans have jumped up to 16 wins. So, all in all, that's my NBA talk. Unless you guys have anything you want to add. What do you mean? I'm not familiar with there being 8 different Grand Theft Auto games. I mean, I know GTA 2, 3, San Andreas, and 4. I think GTA 3 might have been the last time I actually played. I know my son Nick Jr. he plays those games a lot. Vice City, yeah, I remember that one. Vice City, that's the one that just got me so annoyed because everywhere I looked on any sporting event, NBA game I watched, NFL game, Vice City and San Andreas, the commercials were everywhere when those 2 games were released. Yeah, Don, that kind of went over my head. If they're in their, someone in their 30s would be a millennial. You're absolutely right. So, Retro, you are a millennial. I guess you're thinking of like, yeah. After that, you have Gen Z, and Gen, I think it's A, and then whatever the new one is. We'll see, Dom. They're in the hunt, that's for sure. Jason, welcome in. Yeah, sometimes I drool. I definitely drool sometimes. Sometimes when I'm sitting, especially on this live stream, when I'm sitting there trying to spit out and talk for 2 hours, it definitely some spitting happens for sure. Glad to have you here. I don't know if the winners of any of the prizes have been declared, but I know that you got the goose. So congratulations, Jason, on getting the goose. That sounds like a good band. That sounds like a band name, Getting the Goose. Or at least the name of a song. Getting the Goose. Hashtag Getting the Goose. I'll stay tuned for that as well, Jason. I hope you pulled some fire from your hobby box. I know I did. If you're unaware of it, go to my first. You'll have to scroll a little bit to my first short, biggest pull ever on the channel. You might have actually said something to it, so I apologize if you have seen it and you congratulate me. I don't remember. I apologize, but I pulled a Celebrini, the 33. Do I have it sitting right here? I think I have it sitting right here. Oh, please tell me I have it sitting right here. Usually I'm also jealous of watching everybody else pull the heat. Like I know I seen Perch pull some serious heat, but that looks so pretty. That looks pretty darn pretty as well. Yeah, he has the only Bedards I have because I didn't really pull a lot of hockey last year is I did buy the Bedard set. Hold on. I don't know where it went. I knew I still had the. Oh, here it is. I didn't pull a lot of hockey last year. It wasn't until this year my man Perch and my man Sith convincing me to get more into the hockey. I had pulled that box and opened it and pulled out all the cool Bedard stuff out of this box, but I did not go hunting. Broncos card 10. Why are you a Jets fan? Glad to have you. It's been a while since I've seen you as well. I try to watch your stuff as much as I can, but sometimes your comments are turned off and such. But good to have you here. I don't know why you're a Jets fan. Hey, you covered the Western teams pretty damn well in that box. Just leads me to believe you have gotten some good Oilers and some good Avs and maybe even some Jets out of that box. So that good for you there, Jason. I look forward to seeing that. Oh, wow, that's cool. Broncos cards 10. Daniel, thank you very much. Just to point out, I don't know if you guys can see it. Maybe little iffy here across the top. Surface looks great on this card, by the way. We're looking at 21 out of 33. Surface looks great, but I just kind of across the top here a little bit seems a little bit frayed. I don't know if with delicate hands you can kind of like rub it away or something, but I'm going to send it in anyway to get graded. I know, Jason, the only thing I had in my box that'll at least put me in the running for something is I pulled a Ty Cobb mini, but just a base mini. So at least for the Detroit hunt, I'm in the mix at least. That's awesome, Broncos 10. Sorry, I'm not trying to ignore you. Wow, Jason, you're posting first thing in the morning. Jeez, okay. Well, I won't be watching it at 8 a.m. Eastern, but I will certainly watch it tomorrow when you sometime after you post it. But I don't have delicate hands there. Flipped it, but yeah, I'm with you on that one. Yeah, BC, didn't you pull that? Was it you that pulled that red like red border or something like that of one of the other buildings? I forget. I'll look them up there, Bronco. Retro, they can definitely cards can definitely get expensive. Uh, when it comes to UK soccer, some of that stuff even here can get expensive, but they have different sets. Top Soccer, so that's World Soccer. Merlin is another product that we have here. I've never opened up Merlin before on the channel, but it has passed right by us, and I didn't even realize it, but we're into hour number 2. I have to crack open the second bottle of Cherry Freeze Prime. Make sure you guys are staying hydrated. Buckle in for hour number 2. We got ourselves the slow spin. The slow burn into hour number 2. Good to have you guys all here. Gonna open up these last 2 packs of OPG hockey before I get into the rest of the sports talk. Tim Berglund, Patrick Sundstrom, Gary Nealon, Olaf Kolzik, Tony Amonte in a Ranger uniform, Joe Ricci, Daniel Maroy, Troy Gamble, Rob Zettler. These couple cards are 8 up. And the Calgary Flames. Jason, these cards I'm opening, I believe they were... I want them in a giveaway on one of the card community things we're doing. I even forgot which. Oh, it might have been for the Steve Marquez, right? Whatever giveaway we were doing, whatever thing we were doing. It might have been that. I'm not sure. I love this Belfort card. That looks sweet. Grant Jennings, Nick Kyprios, Gino Cavallini. We got the old, who I would call Captain USA, Mike Richter, Mike Kruzhinski, oh, Quebec Nordiques, Dave Barr, and Denis Savard. Again, after I'll look through that stuff, see if there's any cool TTMs to be had. Get my next load of cards out. I find it fun. It was interesting. I was kind of resistant watching some of the other guys do it, but BC inspired me. BC got me feeling good about sending out TTMs. And I'm not looking back. This summer, I will get a video of my Gretzky collection. You promised us you promised me anyway, a video of your Crosby collection, Daniel. So please make sure I'm gonna be on your butt because I want you to post a video. That's the goal for you for this for 2025. That's my goal, to hound you about it until you make it happen. Make sure. Yeah, I know. Barrett, do you want me to send it to you? Give me your address. I'll send you all my Moscow cards to you in a box. Because you're gonna have to peel them off each card. Broncos, I am not. I've already done that. I did it for the Vine already. Gabrielle stopping through here from Brazil. Gabrielle, good to have you here. That's a good list right there. That's a good list. Jason, Yager, Sundin, Brodeur, Lindros. Ron Hextall, obviously being a Flyer fan. Ron Hextall, I love. Brodeur with a close second. I'm also, that's my second favorite team was the Chicago Blackhawks. But even besides that, Eddie the Eagle was just amazing. Loved him.
Ever since they got DirecTV, they don't miss a game. Not the opening pitch, not even the pregame flyover. Bobby Hawk. It's baseball season in America, baby. You know those
Yeah, good stuff.
Right? We've got baseball here too.
Got crappy commercials on. All right. Guys, thanks for sticking around. I appreciate it. We're still going 15 strong and have barely seen any trolls whatsoever. So that just leads me to believe that I got some of great supporters, some great friends that are hanging out with me tonight. So I appreciate it. Seth freaking Rollins saying hello. We are going to talk a little WWE later, but I think I'm going to leave that towards the end of the show. We're going to get into a little bit more sports. Actually going to briefly talk college basketball, just kind of giving the setup for, we are in March. It is March Madness time. For those of you that don't like college basketball, I would think maybe you'd still try to win some money and get into some brackets or whatnot. So just as a nice reminder, it's about that time. Just give you a few dates. Selection Sunday. Exactly 2 weeks from today. So I will briefly talk about it again in 2 weeks. So on March 16th is Selection Sunday. The first 4 teams play on the 18th and 19th, with the first round taking place on the 20th and 21st. The second round takes place on the 22nd and 23rd, with the Sweet 16 on the 27th and 28th. The Elite 8 play on the 29th and the 30th. Your Final 4 play on April the 5th, where the championship takes place on April 7th. Again, 2 weeks from now, if Selection Sunday is done by the time the show starts, we'll talk about it a little bit. Come on, Jared. Making a new Paul Blart. Only the trolls are allowed to call me that, because they're the ones that I laugh at when they call me that. That's not right for you to be calling me that. You're not allowed. Friends aren't allowed to do that to me. Don, are you like a really short man? Is that what it is? Are we a tiny guy? So just yeah. So we'll get into some hockey talk. I love talking hockey nowadays, but I don't want to wrap it up on just a bunch of details. No milestones that I saw of today, other than Ovechkin needs 10 goals to tie the record and 11 to set a new goals in a career record. If you're not following that, then you're not a hockey fan. We got Renee in the house. What's going on? Rascal and Lucy, Renee, good to have you here. Paul Daves is in the house. Paul, I got a couple cards for you. I don't know where the rest went. I finally at least put in a sleeve, put away a handful of cards for you. I don't know why I don't have more Chiefs stuff. I thought I did to send out to you, but I'm working on it, okay? So the Flyers, 2 wins and an overtime loss this week. They're sitting in 13th place with 62 points. However, they're only 4 points out of the 8th place spot, 66 points. But the problem is, as they continue to win, so do the teams right above them. So it's going to take the whole season. They're going to have to continue on a nice little winning clip. They beat the Winnipeg Jets last night, which is was not expecting that. They do play the Flames next, and then they play the Jets again. So they got a couple rough games coming up, but if they can still somehow at least even get an overtime loss and get some points, that'll be really good for them. I believe Renee's Dallas Stars won today, so congratulations to you, Renee. But the Jets are sitting up there with 88 points in the West. Capitals. Wow. The Capitals have lost their last 3 games, yet they're still sitting in first with 84 points. So, I guess they had a nice lead. On to the Rookie of the Year talks. Lane Hudson still sitting at the top with 46 points. Mitchkov with 44. Celebrini with 44. I believe they're both going to take over and pass Lane Hudson. It's going to be a 2-man race down the stretch with Mitchkov and Celebrini. But here's the catch. Mitchkov has played 59 games at this point. Celebrini has played 49 games. How many points does Mitchkov have to be ahead of Celebrini for it to not be a detriment on his Rookie of the Year candidacy? Could they award it simply even being 1 point over because he has most points? Or are they going to take into consideration Celebrini playing a lot less games? So I hope that doesn't hurt his chances. Paul, I'm enjoying hockey. I'm enjoying the season. We have no football to talk about until we get closer to the draft or some big trades come about. Then I'll certainly talk plenty of football. In the past, I've given no love to goalies, but I took the extra time today to figure out some of the top rookie goalies in the league right now. So I just wanted to acknowledge 3 of those goalies as we speak. So first off, we've got Dustin Wolf from the Calgary Flames, who has been phenomenal. He's got 20 wins, 12 losses, 3 overtime losses, a 2.60 goals against average with a 91.3% save percentage. Then, and hopefully I don't butcher this name too much, Justice Anunian with 13 wins, 8 losses, no overtime losses, 3.17 goals against average, but with a lower 88.8% save percentage. And lastly, Levi Merilainen from the Senators, a considerable less amount of games, but enough that I would definitely throw him in the category as being really good. 8 wins, 3 losses, 1 overtime loss, 1.99 goals against average. So that's pretty stellar at a 92.5% clip. Excellent. Sorry, I'm just reading this list. I didn't give myself any notes. Go figure. Didn't give myself any notes to talk about the Elimination Chamber last night, but give us a little while. Let's talk about some other things. I definitely want to talk WWE, so I hope I don't scare you all off for those that are not a fan, but I certainly want to talk about that. So stay tuned. Oh, hey, Perch, I acknowledge that. So he could be way out in front right now, but don't forget too, it's only been 10. It hasn't been like a crazy amount more, but it has been 10. Mitch Koff himself would have had probably a couple more games if it wasn't for Tortorella being not the greatest of coaches. Dakota, that's way too much for me. I'm not going for that. So that might even just keep me away from the show altogether. Swag and beat to retire. How can we trade him for like a bucket of basketballs or something? I've given up on the process. I don't hate Embiid, especially because he is on my team. I try not to hate any player on my team, but I have to think realistically. I'm not thrilled by how things have gone over the years. How we looked good in the regular season to a point, and then only for us to choke in the playoffs because he comes up short. Harden coming up short. Ben Simmons coming up short. You name it, who we've had all coming up short. So even my man, who I absolutely love, Tyrese Maxey, looking awful in the playoffs in the past. So something needs to be done. Tyrese Maxey is on the verge of being a superstar, but I think we need a big time upgrade on some of the other areas that could hopefully elevate his game as well. Yeah, Luka will be in LA for a long time. I won't say he will retire there because you never know. Luka will stay there, and then maybe at the end of his career, something else will pop off for him to play 2 or 3 years somewhere at the end of the career. Trust the retirement home. I like that. That's pretty funny. That's crazy, guys.
Smoking gave me gum disease, and
I don't know it, Daniel. I don't know enough about Wolf to know, but at 20 wins, 12 losses, and 3 overtime losses, 2.6 goals against average. That's pretty friggin' sweet if you ask me. I wouldn't mind having a record like that for a goalie on my team, for sure. Right now, we don't know what the hell we're doing. We've got a second year guy. So far for the year for the Flyers, a second year guy and 2 rookies. That's who we've had to deal with. New Jersey already has our hockey team. Broncos. We did talk about the Debo thing earlier. I don't have an opinion. It is. I think the 49ers weren't going to get much, or if they could have gotten nothing, so the 5th round pick, at least they got something. There's no way. I'm on. I agree with. I know. Joke. It's been jokes back and forth with Sith and Swag, but I am on. I'm on the belief of what Sith says. I say that Jokic goes to the Lakers before Luka ever goes to the Nuggets. That's what I believe. I say Luka and Jokic go to a completely different team before you'll ever see Luka in a Denver uniform. Oh, wow. Dom is coming out guns a blazing, talking about Colorado, Denver, Colorado is a bad sports town, that they're done and teams are moving all out. Guns a blazing, bang bang. Yeah. Uh, if that happens, it's over. you're talking like you're talking new dynasty again. I'm putting you to sleep. Come on, Paul. What? You're upset because you don't have any trolls to keep you occupied tonight? I can put the music louder. Actually, this music sucks. I don't know what the hell I'm listening to. This is. Oh, God. Awful. Awful, awful, awful. Hard to find good, royalty free, non copyright tunes to listen to. Oh, this will work. We're going strong. Hour and 27 minutes into the show. Guys, I appreciate you all hanging out with me tonight. Always means a lot. I hope we're having a lot of fun. We got my girl, Veronica, in the house. Welcome in, Veronica. Christie's Crazy Crafty Life. She was out doing a little pre-St. Patty's Day shopping. Looking at some nice outfits. Some nice, I don't know what you call that color. Kind of a off color green. Not a bright green. I don't know what you call that color, Veronica. But all those things that you were looking at today look very, very pretty. You're looking at it yesterday. Whenever you posted that video, I apologize. But I watched it today. Olive, that's it. I could not think of the word and get it out, but yes, the olive colored stuff that you were looking at looked very pretty. I hope you found yourself a really nice outfit to wear. Renee, but then Renee, then I would have to cry even more than I already do for my Philadelphia Sixers having to deal with those guys on a regular basis, especially with the lack of talent that we currently have. Flipped it. I'm going to get there. I'm going to talk about, at the very least, the ending of the show. I'm done with all the other sports talk. We're all having fun. Some new people showing up into the chat. What movie are we talking about? Veronica, great movie, yes. Maverick was awesome. Definitely like the nostalgia behind it, but some of the new takes of the movie as well. Whatever they called that, bully football or whatever that was, whatever they called it. It's been a while since I've seen the movie, but the three different teams playing football on the beach, that was cool. That I wonder if that's like a real thing, because that was, if it's not, good on the writers, because I thought that was really cool. Well, that was a fun game to watch the other night, Sith, and it's got my because I do really like Luca a lot, so I have been watching. It's been pissing my youngest son off. He thinks I'm becoming a Lakers fan, which I'm not, but I am. I'm enjoying rooting for Luca, so it's so hard. It's so hard. I can't. I hate the Lakers. Just a long history of not liking them, but I absolutely love Luca. I've watched more Lakers games in the last 2 weeks than I think I ever have. Daniel, a long time Bucks fan. Daniel, I know you're a little bit older than me, so I would assume that you know the Kareem years, or I should say the Lou Alcindor years with the Bucks. I appreciate it, Daniel. I hope it's not too loud, distracting. I did turn it up because I was trying to jam a little bit. Yeah, you can't. It's nothing he did wrong there, Renee. You know, not his fault that he was traded. So you can't. If he forced the trade, that'd be a different story of Dallas calling for his head. So you can't blame him. Yeah, the Lou Alcindor days there, Daniel. Now, see, there's a difference there, Sith. It's not about being biased or unbiased. You can have respect for other players in the league, but why root for them over your team? That's where a line should be drawn. You can love a Connor McDavid, an Ovechkin, a Sidney Crosby, and respect them and like them all you want more than I would. But are you going to root for them to beat your Ducks? If you do, then I'm sorry, I can't help you. We should end the discussion right here, because then we will not ever see eye to eye when it comes to that subject. You think I am ever going to sit here and go, Tom Brady beat my Eagles? Good on Luke. Good on Luka. Good on Jokic for beating my Sixers. You think I'm ever going to be like that? Absolutely not. But I will certainly have respect for those players and definitely like them. But I will definitely never root for them to beat my team. We got Zach Sports Cards and Collectibles in the house. What's going on, Zach? Zach, earlier I was talking about different cards and putting together packages. I think I'm almost done and have enough Atlanta/Georgia Bulldogs cards set aside for you. So the package is going to go out to you soon. Going to have to hit you up so I can get an address. Oh, it will be absolutely hard for me to do that for sure, Seth. But not just because I don't collect other teams, because I don't, but think about how long I've been back into collecting. I literally have been back into collecting for 2 years. If you're talking about, what do you say, stars? No, you know what? I might have enough cards. I could do that because I rip cards. Swag does not. So I can hang with you for 3 rounds. It's not like I throw away and burn all the cards that I don't want. I have them in boxes. Oh. I got a total mess right here. Every single one of these boxes here are almost totally full of cards that I have. Up here, almost all of these are blaster boxes filled with base cards. And then down here, well, you know, that's all my comics down below. It's certainly hard keeping it all organized, but that's all stuff that I've purchased in the last 2 years. Except for some of the comics, a lot of the comics that I have are comics that I had stored away for a long time, that I brought them back out once I started hanging out with you guys over there on Spine Ticks Live. Jared, I thought about giving away like base cards. I just don't know what to do, like how to go about it. Like, do I take just a blaster box, go up to the mall and go up to a kid or a family and go, hey, here's some cards for your kid? Or do I make little packets out of it? I don't know. I haven't decided exactly what I want to do, but I plan on definitely trying to do something with the base cards, because I don't want to throw them in the trash. I definitely want them to go somewhere. Any base? Oh, Herbert. Maybe. Yeah, but I haven't opened up enough of each product to do set building. I'd say I might open up a little bit more Top Series 1 baseball so I can complete that set. And then I have the 2023 Top Series 1. I have the complete set of that because I opened up enough of that product. I just don't open up enough to do a set build. All that you saw of base cards, that's literally me only opening up like a blaster or 2 of each product, maybe a mega box of the product, and that's it. But yet there's so many sets. That's why there's still so many cards, and most of it's base. So it gets kind of full in here. I showed you my desk. There was a lot more cards here last night. Yesterday. I spent half the day cleaning up my desk to the best of my abilities, but so much of it gets so overwhelming. I can only handle so much. Dom, even with just like base cards, because I mean, I would certainly do that. I would even do some of it with some of the cards that I have in these boxes that are not base, but not. I mean, I have cards for like players of teams that I currently don't have people I want to send the stuff out to. Like I have about 10 to 15 people that I've been putting packages together for. Zach being one, Paul being another, Red 03, Panther Breaks, BC I have cards for. So I have different teams, but there's teams I don't. I don't have any Giants fans. Unless Dom, you want all my Giants stuff. I'm guessing that's your team, unless it's the Jets. And I know, Dom, you put together some really cool stuff. I got the package that I won 2 summers ago, and the socks. I wear those. I got a pair of Swedish Fish socks from Dom that I still wear. And I believe most of the cards in this, if not all these cards, actually, yeah, I think all these cards. Dom, you wouldn't remember or know, I don't think, but these, I just put this has been sitting on my shelf right here. These are all cards that I won from a Your Buddy Dom mystery pack. I got an Andre the Giant, Keon Johnson. I even got a Star Wars card. Anderson Tejeda autograph. Max Scherzer. Sure, I said that horribly. Tops now of Kodai Senga. Autograph Joe Palumbo. Autograph Luke Albright. Lindor. This might have even, I don't know if this was in it. I don't remember this being a card that you saw, but a Jordan. Connor Siebold. I think these were all cards, Dom, of almost all these, if not all of these, came from an awesome Dom giveaway mystery pack. Oh shit. Really, Dom? and there was like one PSA 8 or PSA 9 in there too that I have in my PSA case. But the socks were the best. There was a set of flashcards in there. There was Paw Patrol tissues to blow my nose with. But nothing beats the socks. Pair of nice Swedish Fish socks. Love my socks. All right. Hopefully I can get through these last 15, 20 minutes. I'm all completely out of hydration. Jalen, I appreciate you coming in here. If you're still in here right now, thanks for coming in. You have a wonderful night. Paul, thanks for coming in here and bringing the fun with your silly ass self. You have a wonderful night. Yeah, that was pretty sweet, Andre there, Zach. Dom, I was actually thinking about doing that myself, so that might be part of what I'm going to do this week. So I might as well at least mention that in the chat because he wasn't here tonight. I don't think he's lurking. I don't know if he knows about it or not, Dom. So actually, I won't mention it. I won't mention the name. This weekend or next weekend, there's going to be a fundraiser for one of our good friends in the community. Dom put his name in the chat if you know that he knows about it, because I don't know if he knows about it, so I don't want to say his name in case he's lurking tonight. But a gentleman in the car community is having some medical expenses for his kid, so one of our other friends is having a little fundraiser. So I'm probably just going to buy into a break if they have a break, Dom. But during the week, I'm going to go through my cards, see if I have a couple packages that I could put together too. So we'll see. I might actually do that. Yeah. So I'll hold off mentioning that person's name, but I know Mike always does a really good job with putting together some stuff when he does that. So yeah, so I might do. I might get in on that raffle. That's the big prize, guys. So if you want, after the live or sometime during the week, hit me up if you're interested in getting into a nice, cool raffle. There's one, not just one, not just two, but 3 different jersey raffles, mystery box. They're mystery box raffles. So huge checklist. If you're interested in getting into something like that for charity's sake to possibly win an awesome prize of a player jersey, hit me up. We'll discuss that. But yeah, Dom, I think I might actually put together some cards for that as well. Because that particular person I've met in person, so definitely a really nice guy. Definitely somebody we should try to help out in any small way that we can. Oh, that's cool, Zach. I know it's gotta hurt Sith to have anything that's not a 10 in his collection. Even if it's the best of the best card ever. If it's not a 10, it's gotta hurt Sith's heart for sure. Hold on, guys. There's too much bullshit commercials on. Tenor Raw, okay. Speaking of Raw, this is time, so I hope you stick around and I don't chase away you sports card bros, and sports talk bros, but I gotta talk about the WWE. I think tomorrow night's WWE Raw on Netflix is going to be off the hook. Hopefully it's talk. Hopefully it actually like stuff happens and we get more of the story. But last night in the premium live event, Elimination Chamber, John Cena turns heel. Oh my God. The roof came down in Toronto for this. Let's just explain it like this. Let's get a little bit of a backstory. First of all, I didn't know this, but The Rock explained it after the event that Toronto, when it comes to wrestling, they're what you call a heel town, meaning Toronto, their crowd likes to root for the bad guy more than anywhere else on the circuit. They like to root for the bad guy. So the cheers were deafening. But you know what? Cheers were deafening for me too. Most of the time, I tend to like the bad guy, but I love Cody Rhodes, and even as much as I love Cody Rhodes, wow, it was awesome to see. So a lot of things going here, going in this direction. Is Cody Rhodes going to turn heel? Having conversations with The Rock trying to bring him into the fold to make him a bad guy and give up his soul and the whole nine. And this is where you need to be if you want to get to even that next level than just be the champion. And lots of storylines going through for the past couple weeks. Into the Elimination Chamber we go. Logan Paul was in it. CM Punk, Damian Priest, Drew McIntyre, John Cena. Awesome match. They all poured it out. Looks like Damian Priest will probably face Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania. It's looking like CM Punk, and I forgot to mention Seth Rollins was in the match. Looks like CM Punk and Seth Rollins will be, they will have a match. Logan Paul is kind of your odd man out right now, but he looked pretty good. Got to give it up to the Prime Master himself. But John Cena, he's looking for that last run, the last go around. He's wrestling for the entire year. So this is what we all know about it. He's going to be wrestling the entire year and then call it quits altogether from wrestling. He wins the match. Cody Rhodes comes out to congratulate him. You think, okay, they're hugging, they're embracing, they're shaking hands. They know that they're going to have to face each other. Then The Rock comes out. The Rock wants an answer. Are you going to give up your soul? Are you going to be on my side? Comes out. Cody came out in all black, so it's that heel feeling. And I got to tell you, I called it. I'm going to say it right now. You can believe me or not. I called it. The Rock wanted an answer. I turned to my son who was watching it next to me. I said, Cody is going to tell him no. And John Cena is going to be the backup plan if he says no and is going to attack him. And that's exactly what happened. Cody Rhodes, excuse my language, at least I'm not monetized right now, so I will tell you this. Cody Rhodes tells The Rock, go fuck yourself. Not bleeped out because it's on a pay-per-view event, PLE. Tells him to go fuck himself. You see John Cena in the background. Yeah, good for you. Goes in, gives him a handshake and a hug. John Cena holds him tight. You see his face. That's probably actually the best acting I've ever seen from John Cena from his years in the WWE and in any movie. His face goes dead. And you can see the anger in him. The Rock says, ugh! Kicks him right in the nuts and proceeds to beat the living shit out of Cody Rhodes. Absolutely. I don't care if you are into wrestling or not. Watch that 10-15 minutes of that build up at the end, and I shit you not, you'll be like, wow, that's friggin' exciting. And you can at least understand why wrestling fans right now have been talking about it for the last 24 hours, because it's been about that at this point. phenomenal, and biggest heel turn I've ever seen. I could have done without that jackass rap singer, can't even, Travis Scott. I could have dealt without him in the ring, but wow. I just been rambling on for the last few minutes, so let me make sure if you guys have said anything in the chat, I'm caught up with yous. But holy shit. Yeah, it is. Bad guys are more entertaining, Jared. I think that's why for a long time, years ago with Bailey, she was the hugger, good girl. But when she became bad, she was so much better. Some of these people, you just there's more there, more stuff to pick off the bone, and character development as a baddie. But John Cena, for all intents and purposes, has never been a bad guy, never been a complete heel. He was the Doctor Thugonomics, where he talks shit on everybody, but he never did any like true heel stuff. And we've been wanting this as wrestling fans, been wanting this for years, and it couldn't happen at a better time than to have his final run, as far as I'm concerned. You can't see him, swag. Zach, I see that. I know that they're from down that way. They hold Atlanta dear to their heart. Don't Cody to Dick City. Dino, what's going on, buddy? Almost ready to wrap it up. I don't know if you like wrestling, but we're finishing off with a little bit of wrestling. Zach, I'm sorry. I witnessed firsthand the Hulk Hogan NWO turn, and yes, as far as the overall crowd was pissed off and throwing stuff into the ring, and it came out of left field and didn't know it. But for some reason, just last night, maybe it's me being older now too. I went through the roof. Last night was so friggin' awesome. I I I loved it. I almost lost my voice last night and couldn't even. I thought I was going to lose my voice to go on to Spine Ticks Live last night because I was screaming and so happy last night. Well, Jared, too, if you saw the aftermath of his John Cena in his press conference, goes in, takes the mic out of the thing, and then just drops the mic and gets up and leaves. Oh shit, Dino! I didn't know you had any grandkids. I didn't know that. So awesome. I myself too have a couple grandkids. So whenever you can spend time with your daughters, with the daughter and grandkids, by all means, that's the best. Here's the other thing. You For so many years you would have thought Cena, that they've even made videos, 2K videos of Cena NWO. It was even teased and kind of made fun of when Cena came back for a little while and went against Bray Wyatt, and they did a whole Cena NWO angle. So, and it's for so many years because of him being such the jolly good guy, and but winning all the time. So kids loved him for his superhero personality, but adults tended to not like him because he was just a guy that they kept on pushing down your throat, giving him the title. So, but you just thought, okay, he was gonna turn heel years ago because of some of him being booed all the time, but that just never materialized. But man, they set up last night perfectly, and man, I couldn't be more thrilled. Absolutely. Just one time. Why not? Why not at the end? Now, what really sets this up too is he's going to go to WrestleMania, face Cody. Is he going to win? That's the next step. Is he going to win? Is he going to break the record? That's another storyline to talk about if you are a wrestling fan. Is he going to break Ric Flair? Right now, him and Ric Flair tied as 16-time champions. Is he going to break the record and be a 17-time champion? That's the next talking point. Then after that, does he go back to being a face or does he stay heel? And who is going to be his very last opponent ever? So those are the questions that we have coming up as far as John Cena goes. Then as we get closer to WrestleMania, I still want to talk more about wrestling, about the other things that are going on in that the women's championship, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. I'll talk about that more later. I was not fully prepared, but we were certainly, if you guys want and like wrestling, I'll continue to talk about wrestling as well each week, or at least on pay-per-view week. What they now it's not called a pay-per-view anymore. It's called a PLE, a premium live event. So, you know, they want to mix words up and change it around, but that's coming up in the future as well. Roman, yeah, I mean that'll be a good match. That's going to be in there somewhere, Jared. But I have that feeling that Cena's last match is going to be with somebody like Randy Orton. I've heard that he wants to go against Logan Paul, so that might be his last match. You've got AJ Styles can be a last match, and then you could got somebody coming back even to face him in his last match. So I don't think, to me, it doesn't make sense to have Roman Reigns be his last match, but he should have a match with Roman Reigns this year before the end. Baron von Raschke. Oh, I love it. Whoops. I love it, Daniel. Baron von Raschke. Good one. We could have Rock and Cody. Me personally, I'd like to see them develop. They've tried to do some bullshit with Solo Sikoa, but I'd really rather them spend some time and develop Jacob Fatu into something a lot more. He's actually one of my favorites. Cody, I was at WrestleMania last year when he won, and it was so much fun, and I was so happy for him. But I like guys more like Jacob Fatu. I'd like to see Jacob Fatu develop into something. There you go, Jared. I'm right with you. Jacob Fatu. I got to see enough of him, not like on a weekly basis, but enough of him in MLW, Major League Wrestling. So I would certainly, guys, if you are into wrestling but don't know enough about Jacob, check out some of his older stuff. Absolutely. See, flipped it. If there's in my eyes, there's three different people that I can think of that should be John Cena's last match. Randy Orton is one of them. The history that he has with he has history with a few people like The Miz, but that wouldn't make sense as a last match. But Adam Copeland, Edge, if he was to come back to WWE, would make a great match. And I don't know if he'd be able to handle having any more matches, but when I think of John Cena being the face of WWE Raw, who was the face, and I don't mean face as in baby face, the top guy, who was the top guy over here in SmackDown at the time, was Batista. So a last match between Cena and Batista kind of makes sense too, but I don't think Batista has it in him to have that last match. So just food for thought there. Yeah, and Triple H definitely doesn't definitely doesn't have anything left in the tank there, Jared. Batista would be huge, but Batista's also a lot smaller of a guy now. He's damn near, I think, 60 years old. I think he even said so. I don't think he'd have anything left. Damn, with Batista, I'm looking forward to some of his movies because he at least still has some acting chops. He Batista is. I'd rather almost damn near watch a Batista movie than a Dwayne Johnson movie. I tend to like Batista a little bit more, but guys, I do appreciate you all hanging out. I'm about to close shop. Went over a little bit more than I usually do. Veronica, you know I like to do the woo. Get a woo. So, Ric Flair, I definitely like Ric Flair. Woo! Yeah, I don't think, Zach, I don't think Triple H has anything left in the tank anyway, but you're absolutely right. I don't think he can put himself on the regimen that it would take to work out enough to handle all that, but still his other duties. Yeah, movie wise, Veronica, and he's got a new movie coming out with Mila Jovovich. I do forget the name of that movie. I just saw a preview for it, but it looks badass. He's I think protecting Mila Jovovich, but needs to have to try to kill her. So like there's a heel turn, something like that. It just watching the trailer. Awesome movie. I don't know the name of it, but be on the lookout for Batista's latest movie coming out. Yeah, but he doesn't have anything left in the tank there either, Jared. So it'd be a bunch of bumbling old guys in the ring. And I love John. I love Stone Cold. He looks physically like he can still kick anybody's ass, like appearance wise, but physically he doesn't have it. But anyway, we're about to close shop. I'm going to try to remember as many names that were in here. If I do forget your name, I apologize. But Jared Bolton Football was hanging out with us. Veronica at Christie's Crazy Crafty Life was here. Jim NFL was here. We had Uncanny Swag. We had Zach's Sports Cards and Collectibles. Flipped it. Again, flipped it. Tell the wife I said hello. Thank her again for pulling you back in. Glad to have you. We had Daniel Cryfall here. We had Paul Daves Jr. Dino stopped by. We had Purchase Corner. We had Sith from Spine Ticks in here. Your buddy Dom was here. We had Bobby Catalano in here for a little bit. We had Renee from Rascal and Lucy in here. We had Justin Season. We had Tex Carnage at the beginning. We had my son NWE in here. We had some other people, and I know I'm forgetting a lot of people. We had Broncos card 10 in here. We had Jason, Canadian card breaker in here. We had Vince, the sports card ripping teacher. We had BC Sports Cards. Bart, my man Bart was in here. We had a lot of great people. Dom, I appreciate it. I'm glad you had a good time. Let's get a few spins out of the way. I know the music's not the best, but I always appreciate a good tune, a good friend. Jalen Season, there you are. Thanks for coming back in for a moment for me to give you a shout out as well. Guys, as always, Nikki 2 Times came at you live with another live stream. This was number 40 of Sunday Funday. Y'all rock out and have a wonderful night.